Hello and welcome, Capricorns. So Capricorn, this is going to be your July reading. Going to see your energy for the month of July, and then we're going to see your tarot energy for the month of July. That makes sense. The elaborator for it. I've changed the scenery because it gets hot in my room this time of year, so I'm like, I'm downstairs. So we have the Sewer Mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. Okay, so that is your energy. Let me just double check that one in the book to get more of a sense of it. So number 25. Part of you that is natural and beautiful, most likely your body and appearance, has been influenced by thoughts and ideas about it being unworthy, unhealthy, and perhaps even dirty. So a part of you has had to evolve and exist in a less than healthy way. It is time to clean up your act, not for your natural looks, but of the way you have thought about yourself. So you guys are going through some kind of personal appreciation in that sense. You need to go through some self-love here. So this is what you're kind of learning. So that's your energy. You're learning how to be self-loving. Let's see what the deck has to say. Hierophant. So maybe you're finding some maybe you're going through like a spiritual growth and self-love, like finding your self-love through a spiritual guide and going from there, if that makes sense, which is a great way to, find yourself and find out who you want to be. That's nice. I actually like that. It's a nice way of putting a spin on a bad outcome for an energy. I don't think it's a bad outcome. There's nothing wrong with self-discovery. There's nothing wrong with self-love and finding that appreciation about who you are. So I'm going to do 9 cards, past, present, future, see where you've been, where you are now, and what's happening for the month of July. And since the present is July, that's why we're doing it now. We have the Sun. Oh, hello. Page of Wands. This is the past now, so don't worry. Capricorns. Oh, come here. 9 of Pentacles. Took me a second there. Okay. So, you're embracing something new in the past. You came out the other side. And now you've come through some hard times. Something amazing has happened. Like you've moved out, or you've got a place that's made you feel serene and safe. And with the Page of Wands, that shows that the Sun was all about, it was all about material happiness. So it's all about things that have been manifested in, this has already been done. Like their manifestation has happened. You've wanted it, it's come, it's gone, it's here. Like the manifestation part is gone, it's now here, it's physically here. Like it's here, you can touch it, you can hold it, you have it, it's yours, and it's great. And then with that Page of Wands, it shows that you're in, itchy face. You're in favor of this good news that's coming. And it's amazing. So there's more to come. And you feel so bountiful. Like, look at this. You're in the garden. This good news came. Something else came out of it. It's like this thing wasn't finished manifesting. Like, it's still going. And it does make sense, like, in a funny way. Because, daylight savings. That kind of thing. We have longer sun in the day here. So that kind of makes sense. It carried on. So that's kind of nice. There's something there that was manifested, like you got a new apartment, you got a promotion, something that you wanted. King of Pentacles, King of Wands. I thought it was King of Pentacles. And, whoa, they're all flip-flopping. They want to talk to you. Calm down. Calm down. You'll get there. We'll get the message out. Just calm down. Always do that to a deck. Like if they're jumping, calm the hell down. 3 of Wands. And the 2 of Pentacles. The King of Wands, unlike his other suits, comrades, his suit comrades, like the other court cards, he is the physical and emotional person. He's the balance of the two. He's the balance of getting things done like a King of Pentacles, and he has the emotional sense of a King of Cups. But he's the balance of the two. So he's very, he's very, how would I put it? He's very, honest in what he says. He's very honest. All Wands are honest. They'll be honest with you. Did you do it? Yeah? Okay, why are you upset about it? Oh, that's your own fault. Or they'll just say, they'll be blunt. They'll say it to you. So this is someone either you look up to. So this could be a boss, a manager, or a father figure. There's a male figure or some boss in your life. Not boss, I say a manager. There's a manager in your life, I think, who is being fair and just tells it to you straight. Well, you need to improve that. Oh, okay. And then we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords with him. because I wanted to see what that was about. So he's saying, well done, you won the battle, now clean up the mess. It's like he's that kind of person. He'll be like, good on you, you got through that. Okay, you've done the hard work. Now can you clean up the mess? Like, the mess you made from doing all that printing and stuff like that. He'd be like that. He's that person, like, clean up your desk. Come on. And then with the 3 of Wands, you're waiting for an opportunity to come. You're waiting for an opportunity to arise with this King of Wands. You're waiting for it because you've shown your work. And you feel very abundantful in the past, so this is carrying on and showing where it's coming from. But you're waiting for that ship to come in. You're waiting for that opportunity to land on your lap. And you're learning to balance, again, career and social life. But it looks like you're kind of weighing over towards the the career side. I was just going to say that. And we have 10 of Wands. So you guys are overstretching yourself. You're doing too much at once for this King of Wands. You're doing way too much. And you need to take a step back and take some time for yourself. Hence the sewer mermaid and the Hierophant. You need to take a step back and do some self-care for yourself. Don't just heave-ho everything for this and drop everything for this manager, you know? Like, they can replace you. Think of that. Like, they can replace you so easily. And we have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Wands for the future. The 4 of Swords for the future. And the 9 of Swords for the future. I always hate when the 9 of Swords come up, but it has to be said. So, you guys are taking on too much at once, and you're trying to balance it, but you're kind of like falling over as you do. Still keeping the balance, but you're giving up too much for this King of Wands. So you have to learn to take some time for yourself, like reconnect with your spirituality, reconnect with things you missed. Like, if you do yoga, go and do yoga. If you used to knit, go and knit for the weekend. Don't go out drinking. If you need to, that's another one. If you go out drinking with your friends, take some time off, unwind. Don't drop everything and pick everything up for this king and just go off and do it. You can't be doing that, you know, like, it's not fair. So you put all this manifestation energy out there. You're putting it out there going, you want this king to notice something. And we'll see what you want to notice. What you want to notice. The Star. So you're looking for him to notice how dedicated and hopeful you are with this. You want to see, will he pick up on this? But in that sense of wish fulfillment and, you know, hopefulness and getting things done for yourself, you actually stop and pause and actually take a holiday. There's nothing wrong with taking a holiday. There's nothing wrong with, do you know what, that bank holiday, I'm going to stay at home. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with rejuvenating at home. And to go with that, I want to see what else. We have the Page of Cups. So you're learning to reconnect with yourself and see who you are now, because this is where you should be and you're going to be. You're taking a rest, but you're not taking a full rest. You're not a hermit, if that makes sense. You're taking that rest and you're learning to reconnect with your emotions. You're learning to take that chance and learn from your mistakes. But because of this, and you open those gates, we have the 9 of Swords. So during this time where you actually take some time for yourself, we see that you kind of can't be, you're restless because you want to get things done. You were trying to get things done for the King of Wands before you went away. And I want to see what that's about. We have the Page of Swords. And there's a lot of pages actually, goodness. So with that Page of Swords, let's see now what they're on about. So you're restless and you're up all night and your mind's going a mile a minute. You come back with a vengeance kind of thing. You're coming back sword in hand, ready to embark on learning more of what this king can teach you. But you can't just go in gung-ho, do you know? You have to learn to be action ready, but also learn how to, oversee things and how does this king work, rather than just being his dog, if that makes sense. Rather than being his dog, you need to learn to be, this could be a he or she, it doesn't matter. Role, gender change, it doesn't matter. In the sense of this Page of Swords, you need to learn from this. You are kind of coming out of it with the sword in hand, like you've taken the time to defend. Now you're defending yourself. You're trying to close this like opening to yourself. Self-love, like, you need to. You're scared of it, and you shouldn't be. Why are you scared of yourself? Or this King of Wands who's making you feel like you need to open this up. For that was a weird one. For the energy, the emotional sense of the King of Wands and the 5 of Swords, we have Angel of Alchemy, miracle. That's pretty much like, this is a miracle opportunity. Like, you've taken this time, and the King of Wands has noticed you. Like, you've noticed that you were bantering or quarrelling with your colleagues or friends or whatever it is, and he sees it. Now he's like, right, now you clean up the mess because you won, that kind of thing. But it's a miracle in a sense because he's noticed you, and you're like, oh my god, he's noticed my work. And then we have Dried Flower Fairy, Sweet Memories. So you're missing the days of the manifestation. You're missing it, and you're waiting for that manifestation day to come back. You're waiting for that sun to shine again. And it's kind of understandable because you're like, look at all the things I've been getting and coming into my life. And yeah, it's kind of sad that you miss it, but there's nothing wrong with having that nice memory about it. Oh my god, I'm shocked by this one now. For the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, we have Angel of Time, working too hard. I love when they sync up like this. Your guys are working too hard. Stop, think, rest. Like, clearly rest is coming up. Reconnect with your friends, Capricorns. You need to start. Don't be so stubborn like you normally are. Don't go in horns up. Go in with a sense of, time to rejuvenate for yourself. And we have Time for Spirit, Pink Lotus Fairy. Time for Spirit, that makes sense, like why that Hierophant is there. And you are throwing your energy out there willy-nilly, just going out there, giving it your all. But the star is showing you that you need to reconnect and reconnect with your hopefulness rather than hopelessness, if that makes sense. So Time for Spirit. So maybe this is where you start thinking of doing the 4 of Swords. And we have 3 Witchy Sisters, the Power of 3. This is interesting, the Power of 3 on the top of the 4. But it makes sense, like, why it's a Power of 3. You have 3 swords hanging above you, and you have 1 beside you. So there's a Power of 3. So maybe something on a day with the number 3 equivalent to it. I want to look this one up because that's a bit of It's not straightforward. These are all the emotional sense of the emotional support. Three witchy sisters, the power of three. Something that has just happened will happen twice, then 3 times. Something that has happened already twice will happen more than once. And something that has happened 3 times is now complete. If you hear noise, it's the washing machine. Sorry, the door's shut. Finished. Farewelled. Finally, by the 3 who are in charge of these strands of fate. So this is like this is going to happen 3 times to you, if that makes sense. That's what they're saying. This is not the start. This is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of taking time for yourself and reopening your self-love and self-respect for yourself. So it's a sign saying it's just because you've done it and tried to close it doesn't mean it's over. So that's what it means. You can't ignore it, Capricorns. And for the 9 of Swords and the Page of Swords, this is where you're restless because you're trying to close this emotional turmoil in you, and you're learning to be more like the King of Wands, but you're also learning that you need to help. You don't be defensive about opening up to yourself, because we have Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. So you guys need to be brave about this. You need to be brave in the sense of, learning how to cope with it. How to cope with that self-love and self-explanatory stuff of yourself, like self-love and opening up in the sense of commitment for yourself. Like, commit to caring for yourself. So for the energy with the King of Wands and the 5 of Swords and the miracle of the Angel of Alchemy, we have beauty, self-love. So there has to be some sort of beauty in this. Like, beauty doesn't mean like vanity. It can mean like you're seeing the beauty in being appreciated by a co-worker, or the beauty in being self-respected. Like, you're being respected, for God's sake. There's nothing wrong. That's great. Like, and then with the I was looking at that one. With the 3 of Wands, you're making a really hard decision. You're waiting for this decision, or this not decision, waiting for this chance to come onto your lap. And then you're trying to be nostalgic, going, I remember being noticed. I want that again, or I want this manifestation period to come back. And you need to accept that it may not come back for a while. So this is acceptance. You need to accept the fact that you're working hard, and you need to accept that not everything's going to be handed to you. Even though you manifested it, you need to learn to accept it. Now, with what was it here? There was the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. You were working too hard, clearly, and trying to balance work and social life, or giving up one for the other. We have pleasure. So without, do you know what I mean? It's either work or pleasure. That's what they say, or work or leisure. You need to learn how to embrace the things that make you happy and make you feel good about yourself. So whether that is, going out on a night in a town, going to a yoga class, going to anything that makes you feel happy, you need to bring that back into your life to stop overworking yourself. This is the present. You're doing this currently, Capricorns. And then now we're going to go on to the 8 of Wands and the Star. So you're throwing your energy out there willy-nilly. And then the Star was like saying, hey, you need to calm the hell down and find the balance for time for spirit. So it makes sense why there's balance. You need to get the balance back. Balance the good and the bad. Don't balance just work. You'd be very lonely in that sense. And then for the 4 of Swords and the Page of Cups, you were learning to rest and rejuvenate and open up about yourself. But this is going to happen 3 times fold. It's not over. It's just because you closed it doesn't mean it's over. And you gain wisdom from it. You have wisdom. So you get more. You're kind of like, okay, I'll know what to do next time this comes around. Okay, I'll know what to do the 3rd time, the 4th time. Anytime it happens, you will learn how to cope with it and how to deal with it. And then for the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords, you are being restless, you're going in gung-ho, you're learning as you go, and you're being a bit rash about it as well. And then with the Fairy of the Highlands, it's time to be brave. It's time to face the music, guys. You need to face why you're restless. Why are you out there? And you need to focus on it. So focus on why you're restless. Write down your dreams. Write down the things that are keeping you awake at night. And just go for it, you know. So Capricorns, that is your reading for the month of July. So it's all about self-love and self-awareness, and you need to go and discover that for yourself. So Capricorns, I will leave that there, and I'll see you all next time.